If you're under 25, there's a good chance you've never played Quake. Honestly, there's a pretty big chance you only know it as a vague name from the gaming history books. A relic of the 90s, right alongside floppy disks and dial-up internet. But here's the hard truth. The shooter you probably love playing the most today, whether that's Apex Legends, Counter-Strike, or Call of Duty, would simply not exist without Quake. This year, the franchise is celebrating its 30th anniversary. It's been 3 decades since John Carmack, John Romero, and the team at ID Software shook the gaming world to its absolute core. Today, we're heading back to 1996 to look at how this single franchise single-handedly shaped the future of gaming. To truly understand how revolutionary Quake was, we have to take a quick look back at the gaming landscape of 1996. Back then, we all thought Doom was 3-dimensional, but that was just a clever trick. It was actually 2.5D. You couldn't even properly look up or down. And then Quake arrived. This was no trick. This was real, full, uncompromising 3D. For the very first time, we were running through environments with actual depth, dynamic lighting, and enemies made of real polygons instead of flat 2D sprites. But the real revolution wasn't even the graphics. It was the movement. Quake introduced a physics engine that players back then didn't fully understand at first, but instinctively started to exploit. The movement flowed like water. Players discovered bunny hopping, strafe jumping, and of course, the rocket jump. Blasting a rocket right at your own feet to launch yourself into the stratosphere. It was pure adrenaline-fueled poetry in motion. And let's not forget the internet. Thanks to the QuakeWorld update, online multiplayer over sluggish dial-up modems suddenly became genuinely playable. Quake literally laid the blueprint for modern esports, introduced the WASD layout that every PC gamer uses today, and birthed a modding community that gave us games like Team Fortress. I think it's safe to say this game was light years ahead of its time. So, if this game was so incredibly influential, how is it so quiet around the franchise today? Why aren't Quake Champions or newer Quake titles filling up massive esports stadiums anymore? The short answer: the gaming world changed, but Quake refused to change with it. Around the turn of the millennium, the shooter genre split in two. On one side, you got tactical shooters like Counter-Strike. On the other, cinematic story-driven games like Half-Life and later Halo and Call of Duty. The masses chose structure, realism, and a lower barrier to entry. In Call of Duty, you can stop, take cover, and let your health regenerate. It's very forgiving and easy to step in. Quake is absolutely not. Quake has no cover. If you stop moving, you are pretty much dead on the spot. Trust me. It's a tough game. I've definitely noticed that myself. The arena shooter demands pixel-perfect precision, map layouts memorized by heart, and the reflexes of a fly on Red Bull. The skill ceiling, the level you need to reach to actually be good, is terrifyingly high, especially when you look at the top-tier players. Back in the day, new players walking into a modern online Quake match would get so ruthlessly slaughtered within 30 seconds by veterans who had been playing for 20 years that they'd never log in again. Now, that doesn't mean no new players are joining the fray today, but it did mean Quake became a victim of its own perfection. It was so pure, so hardcore, that it pushed itself right out of the mainstream. But what does all of this mean for us right now? It brings us to the biggest question of the day. We are 30 years down the road. Should you actually want to play this today? My answer, which is obviously just my opinion, but still, is a resounding yes, absolutely. Fortunately, we don't have to mess around with clunky DOSBox emulators or broken ports anymore. Thanks to the fantastic recent remasters by Night Dive Studios, you can play the original Quake and Quake 2 effortlessly on modern PC setups. On top of that, the other Quake titles are incredibly well-maintained by dedicated community groups. We're talking widescreen support, insane frame rates that take full advantage of today's high-hertz gaming monitors, and even cross-play multiplayer. The moment you boot it up, you'll notice something right away. The game doesn't actually feel old. The action is instantaneous. The weapons feel incredibly powerful. The super shotgun is still the gold standard of gaming weapons, and the dark, gritty atmosphere grips you immediately. Playing Quake in 2026 feels like a gaming detox. No battle passes, no microtransactions, no annoying pop-ups telling you where to walk. Just you, a labyrinth, a bunch of monsters, and a soundtrack pumping you up to run faster. But if you do jump in, let me give you one crucial pro tip. Get involved with the community. That's where the real magic is today. Quake might not be the king of the Twitch charts anymore, and it doesn't dominate the sales charts like it used to. But make no mistake about this beautiful game. Its DNA is woven into almost everything we play today. It is the bedrock of the modern shooter. So, whether you're a veteran looking to relive the glory days of LAN parties and empty pizza boxes, or you're that gamer under 25 who wants to see where their favorite shooter actually came from, do yourself a favor. Boot up Quake. Celebrate its 30th birthday. You might be surprised by just how damn good it still feels. Let me know down in the comments, what is your ultimate Quake memory? Or is this the first time you've actually seen the game in action? Are you already part of a Quake community? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos on gaming history. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep on rocket jumping.